Yeah, let's not lie. Half of the fun of getting married is actually getting married, is actually the experience of getting married, having the wedding, having the ring, having the engagement party, having that status, that symbol on your finger. Just the excitement of getting married. Being married itself, I doubt it's that fun.
I saw him first. He's all mine. You can't have him. No, I saw him first. I saw him first. I saw him first. Now have several seats.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my podcast. It's your host, Angie, and I'm back again today. I'm back. I'm so gassed. This is my 4th week being consistent. I stan myself. I am so proud of myself. I deserve a pat on the back because it has not been easy, but I've just made the effort. And we stand the effort, okay? This is what we want the men to be doing for us in 2023. Actually, we're going into 2024. This is what we want from the men. Effort, okay? Even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, you've just come back from work, you're so exhausted, it's almost the end of the week, but you just push yourself, that little extra push. And as you can see, I've got myself a mic stand now, so I hope the sound quality is better. And this way I don't have to, fidget around trying to figure out the right position for my mic. I'll just leave it this way. Anyway, welcome back to my podcast, you guys. It's episode 57. And I'm back again today with another Reddit story. No rambling, no faffing around. Let's just get straight into it. But before I do, you know the deal. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, put it on your Instagram story, all of the good stuff. All right, let's get into it. Am I the asshole for poisoning my housemate who ate my food without my permission and ended up in the ER? Okay, let's see what this is about. I, 19 male, recently moved into a shared place and there is someone who keeps stealing my food. You know what? Lucky for me at uni, I didn't really have this. I didn't really have anyone who stole my food. The most chaos that went down in my uni hall, my uni apartment, my uni house was just messy people. Like I lived with messy people. Sorry, you guys, if you're listening. But that was the most drama. Like it was just me being upset that people were just not tidy and they just like make a big mess in the kitchen. But I've never experienced someone stealing my food. So this will be an interesting one for me. Right. So he said, at first I thought it was a mistake. But even when my leftovers were being eaten, no, wait. He said, at first I thought it was a mistake, but even my leftovers were being eaten. It was very clear that the person was doing it on purpose. I don't think they're doing it on purpose. I think they're just hungry. I know a lot of uni students are broke. Oh dear. Okay. I spoke to my housemates about how I would prefer to be asked first, but they were nonchalant about it. And none of them admitted to doing it and haven't caught anyone in the act. So I just tried to ignore it as it's only happened every couple of days or so. Every couple of days is a lot. Right. A few days ago, I came home from work with a carton of eggs that I found while dumpster diving and some bread. Oh no. I wanted to give the eggs the water test first before eating them just to make sure that they're safe to consume, but I was too tired and I went to bed early without eating. Okay, so he wasn't... Oh, I thought this was going to be a test for his housemate. I thought he wanted to test the housemate to see who was eating his food. I thought he wanted to give them like bad eggs on purpose just to find out who was eating his food. But no, that's not what it is. He wanted to eat it. I feel bad for this boy though. He's only 19 and he's dumpster diving. Like, I kind of feel bad for him. Anyway, so he got tired because he came back from work and decided to just go to bed without eating. The next day, I found out that one of my housemates got sick. He ended up having to go to the emergency room. My eggs were not in the fridge where I left them, but I saw the curtain opened and shells in the trash, and my bread was open. So this guy got bread and eggs from the dumpster, and both his bread and eggs were eaten. I'm sorry, you deserve to go to the ER. At that point, it's just disrespectful. At that point, it's not even a case of, oh, let me take one egg. Sometimes, like, when I haven't done my food shopping, if my sister hears this, it's fine. When I haven't done my food shopping, I would just take 1 or 2 eggs from my sister's egg carton. Sometimes I'll return it. Like when I get my own eggs from the shops, I'll return it. But I'm sure there's been 1 or 2 times I've forgotten to return the eggs, right? It's one thing to just take 1 or 2, try and not make it too obvious. But when you actively just eat someone's food like that, I think that's just disrespectful. And he brought this upon himself. I'm sorry. He brought this upon himself. The poor 19-year-old boy is not rich, okay? It's not like he's stealing from the rich. This isn't a eat the rich campaign. This 19-year-old has no money himself. Otherwise, why would he go to the dumpster for food? Like, that's so sad to even think about. That is so sad to think about. So, poor boy is going into the dumpster to find food, and then you're stealing from him. Come on now. Come on. Like, you deserve whatever comes to you. And he didn't do it on purpose. So at this point, not the asshole so far. Right. So my eggs were not in the fridge where I left them, but I saw the carton and shells in the trash and my bread was open. I had a hunch that it was him because there was a probability that the eggs had gone bad. But I was also annoyed at the fact that he helped himself to my food without asking. You and me both. When he came back, I asked him if he had eaten my eggs and bread, but he denied it. What? This isn't a cold case. This is an active crime. How can you deny it? What are you on about? The eggs are missing. The bread is open. You're in the hospital. 1 + 1 = 2. Like, how can you... No, I can't even. Okay. I then said, okay, but I hope whoever ate them doesn't get as sick as you did because I found the eggs in the dumpster. His face immediately dropped and he looked visibly uncomfortable and went from saying that he may have consumed the food by mistake as he wasn't paying attention and doesn't exactly remember to accusing me of poisoning him. Okay. First of all, you say you didn't eat the food. And now you're saying you may have eaten it by accident. How do you eat someone's food by accident? How do you eat someone's bread and eggs by accident? Okay. He then said it's a health hazard to bring such food into communal spaces without warning everyone first, as it's not uncommon for people in shared places to eat each other's food by mistake. Shut up now and get out of here. You deserve to be in the dumpster as well. This is a shitty person. Okay. He hasn't spoken to me since then, and my housemates are siding with him and called me disgusting for doing that. A part of me feels like I wasn't wrong because they were my eggs and I was fully intending on eating them, and I don't think I had to warn anybody against eating my food because it doesn't belong to them. But I also do feel bad and guilty that he got sick. So Reddit, please tell me if I was in the wrong. No, not the asshole. Not the asshole in my own opinion. First of all, you've asked who was eating your food. Everyone's denying it. You keep getting your food stolen. You don't have money. You're taking food from the dumpster and they're still eating your food. They don't have any respect for you, clearly, and they're not even ashamed. They have no shame. Are you not embarrassed? Like, are you not embarrassed to do something like that? And then they have the audacity to deny it. He went to hospital because he was sick, and then he still has the audacity to deny eating your food when it's so clear, the evidence is there that he ate it. Then to backtrack and said, when you told him that you got it from the dumpster, then he backtracked and said, actually, maybe I ate it by accident. But you're also the asshole for bringing bad food. No, the food wasn't for you. It doesn't matter where I got my food from. That's none of your business. Maybe next time don't eat someone else's food. Or maybe next time ask before you eat someone else's food. What's your business where I got my food from? So what? This is a shared space. They're bugging. Like they're really tripping. Don't back down. You're in the right. You're not the asshole. Let's see what the edit is. He has an edit here. Just to clarify, because I see comments saying that I did it on purpose. I didn't. I have been dumpster diving for some time now. Wow. So I fully intend on eating it, just like I've been eating the food I've been finding while dumpster diving. Okay. I try to exercise caution, and thankfully it hasn't made me sick yet. But had he not eaten it, I would probably have been in the ER myself, because I obviously was going to eat it. I didn't randomly do it just to bait and catch whoever was eating my food. Food poisoning is not a joke. As I said, I just moved recently and I'm trying to get on my feet. I understand that although I make sure to wipe my food first, ultimately it is gross to put food that came from the dumpster in a communal fridge or pantry, and will not continue to do so. I will just put it in my room from now on. Okay, I think this guy should... I think he should get a fridge for his room. I didn't actually think about that. He said he was going to put his food stuff in his room. But if he can afford it, if he can just get some money as little as possible, get a mini fridge and put it in his room, that way he doesn't have to fight his housemate for food, then let me see the person that'll come into my room now and get my own food from my own mini fridge in my room. If it comes to it, I will put a padlock on my mini fridge, because it's one thing if this guy was like rich, if he was affluent, if he was just like eating out every night, bringing in delicious meals from nice restaurants, is one thing to be taken from his food. But this guy clearly has no money. Like, why would you steal from someone like that? It's pathetic, it's mean, it's rude, it's disrespectful. I think his housemates should go in the trash and stay there. His housemates deserve to be thrown in the trash. They have no conscience, they don't feel bad for him, so he shouldn't feel bad for them. It serves him right for eating the food and going to the ER. If anything, he saved him from a trip to the ER. So he should thank his ancestors and thank his gods and thank his guardian angel that the housemate ate his food, because it would have been him in the ER. And who knows, maybe he would have felt worse for eating the food. Maybe the housemate even has a stronger intestine, a stronger gut, So not the asshole in my verdict. Let's see what the comments are saying for this one. Right, so this one said, not the asshole. If the housemates prefer a communal food sharing system, they have the opportunity to discuss this with you when you brought it up. They also could have asked you to label your food so that they don't accidentally mix things up. But it sounds like they didn't take that opportunity either. This sounds like karma to me. Exactly, this sounds like karma to me. I think this is karma. I think this is the gods being on your side. This is literally karma at its best, okay? This is your Holy Spirit. This is your guardian angel fighting for you, rooting for you. Just like, siding you and getting back at those people that are eating your food. So not the asshole. Another comment said, all of them are mad at you because they all eat your food. Not the asshole. I hope they learned their lesson. Exactly. It looks like all these housemates are all in collusion. They're all colluding to eat his food, and that's why they're all mad. Because it could have been any of them. Any of them could have gotten it. That's why they're mad. Not the asshole. Next dilemma. Am I the asshole for bringing up my aunt's ex-husband after she kept pushing me to get married? I already know what this is going to be about. Some nosy ass auntie whose marriage defo isn't going well, because that's how she has the time to be in someone else's business, probably pushing you to get married, which I I don't understand that. Like, you're not a good testament of marriage. You're not a good example. So why are you pushing me? Why are you bothering me to get married? I can't understand that. Like, your marriage isn't going well. You don't have much to show for it. You're clearly not happy. If not, why are you so nosy? Your husband is probably most likely cheating on you. And yet you be pestering this young woman to get married. Like, marriage is some kind of, I don't know, miraculous end game or some kind of trophy. Like, I get it. Marriage is, it can be fantastic. In fact, I think the best part is probably the wedding. Of course, getting to live with your partner, but yeah, let's not lie. Half of the fun of getting married is actually getting married, is actually the experience of getting married, having the wedding, having the ring, having the engagement party, having that status, that symbol on your finger. Just the excitement of getting married. Being married itself, I doubt it's that fun. I actually doubt it's all that fun, but let's get into the story. My 32 female and 55 female is one of those nosy ladies you think only exist in rom-coms. I called it. When I was a teen, she asked me when I would get a boyfriend. When I was in a steady relationship, she asked me when I was getting married. And the marriage inquisition became even more invasive after my younger sister, 28 female, got married this month. Okay, so she's 32 female, her younger sister is 28 female, and her younger sister is married. To be fair, it's not a big age gap, it's only 4 years, so I think that's fine. I mean, regardless, you're not on some kind of race to marriage. I think it's even great that you have a partner. She said she's in a steady relationship, so there's nothing to like feel bad about. So her sister, 28 female, got married this month, which probably gave my aunt cause to label me as the family spinster. Okay. In the wedding party, she asked me why I had broken up with my ex-boyfriend. She said how she always thought we would end up getting married, and she advised me to get serious about this if I ever plan to have kids. Oh, looks like she's broken up with her boyfriend then. Okay, because I'm not getting any younger. They keep saying that. I know. I can see myself in the mirror. I know how old I am. I know my knees are starting to do click, click, click. I know my knees are starting to do click, click, click when I try and, bend down in one go without bending a 90-degree angle first. I know you know what I mean. When you try and go all the way down, like straight away without sort of bending your knees first and then going all the way down, it can feel a little bit like, ah. And honestly, I think I hurt my knee from playing football. I still think I need to get it checked. But yeah, my knees are already not feeling the same. And I'm only 25, so I know I'm getting older. Okay, you don't need to tell me that. You don't need to tell me that. My knees are already telling me that. Okay, so mind your business. She says, it came to the point where I couldn't keep my mouth shut anymore. Granted, I could have just asked her to stay out of my business, but since she was bringing things up about my personal life, I assumed it was fair to do the same. I like this girl. So I said something like, even getting married is not a guarantee you'd be with someone forever. Look at you and Uncle X. I'm sure you thought it would be eternal love, yet now is with someone else. You know what? I rate it. I don't feel bad for the auntie. Just like the housemate who ate someone else's food and ended up in ER, this auntie had it coming. She got what she asked for, okay? Because you can't be rude. I don't get why older people think they can be rude. I think I mentioned this in my last podcast. You can't just be rude and think because you're older or you're some kind of, elderly figure, like you can just say whatever you want. No, not in this generation. I'm sure she's not a Gen Z, she's a millennial, but still anyone can get it. Okay, if you're disrespectful to me, you can get it. Anyway, let's keep reading. It was the same as slapping her in the face. She accused me of being disrespectful and left the table on the verge of tears. So you can dish it out, but you can't take it. My mother, sister, came to me and asked me what I said because my aunt was crying in the bathroom, and she told me to go and apologize to her, and I refused. So was I really the asshole here? Girl, no. I mean, Could you have just like kept quiet for the sake of maintaining the peace? Probably. But I assume even you were like getting heated about it. If it's not the first time, not the second time, not the third time she's bringing this up, I'm sorry. Like, at this point, you just have to say what's on your mind. Why? Why is she in your business? You're only 32. That's the worst part. She's only 32. If she was turning 40, even then, mind your business. But I even get it. If she was turning 40, I understand where it could be like, oh, you know, it's beginning to look like a problem now because kids and things like that. But 32, you're just very much in your early 30s. Your chances of having kids is not gone down drastically. Not yet. You're not 35 yet. I think 35 is when it's considered geriatric pregnancy. But 32 is kind of the new 26. 28, I guess. So you're not that old. It's not too late to have kids. It's not too late to get married. Most people are getting married around this age. Most people start to get married around 29 to 30 something. So honestly, she still has all the time in the world. Maybe not all the time in the world. Let's not get it twisted. And I'm not saying she should wait until she's 40 to start thinking about it. But I bet she is already thinking about it. Like, I don't need you to remind me. Luckily for me, I'm 25. But luckily for me, my parents are not like pressuring me. They bring it up, you know, every now and then. Especially because my sister introduced her partner to the family. So they're bringing it up more because, you know, my twin sister, I'm a twin, same age and everything. So they're starting to think about me like, girl, wow, you're not bringing someone home. And they know that I'm picky. So they're already wanting me to stop being so picky, which I can do our own new podcast about because I'll never stop being picky. Maybe when I turn 50 and I'm still single, then I can listen to your advice. But until then, I will continue to be picky. I will continue to be fussy because it's my life. It's my man that I'm going to marry. So I have every right to be cautious, careful, and be very particular, very peculiar, very anal about who it is that I want and who it is that I don't want and what it is that I want and what it is that I don't want. I'm still young and pretty. I have every right to be like, it has to be 6 foot. It has to make this much money. It has to be this. It has to be, I can still say that. Okay. That's the luxury of being a young, beautiful woman. Maybe when I turn 50 or 60, I can lower my standards then. Okay. I hope it doesn't get to that point. But until then, mind your damn business, auntie. Mind your business. Stay in your lane. Clearly, you couldn't hold down a marriage. So who are you to advise me on getting married? Like I said at the beginning of reading this dilemma, why is it that I should listen to you when your marriage wasn't fun for you either? Your marriage wasn't a great example to me. So if anything, it's your fault. It's your fault that I don't have a good example in front of me. I don't have a role model. So who's there to teach me about love and marriage? I can't even rely. And not to say that if your marriage doesn't end in, you know, happily ever after, you've done it wrong, but even more so does not give you the right to pressure other people into getting married. If your marriage is going amazingly well, you could be like, oh yeah, don't you want to have the same thing me and my man have? But no, it's gone the other way. It's gone in the trash. It's gone in the bin. So keep your opinions to yourself, auntie. You had it coming, not the asshole. It's not like it's your choice to stay single forever. Like, these people have no idea how hard it is out here. It's the ghetto. It's the absolute ghetto out here. Everyone's saying it on TikTok. Initially, I thought it was just me. I was like, why is the caliber of men just so poor lately on the dating app? I thought it was just me. But then all the girlies on TikTok are literally screaming about how bad Hinge and Bumble have been. And they're like, I thought I was ugly because of the kind of men liking my profile. Like, that's what the girlies are saying. And I was like, girl, I feel the same way. Because there's a way that I see myself, right? I look in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, she looks good. She looks good. And then I'm thinking, what is it that you're seeing through your own eyes? Not to be rude, but I think everyone should just like, you know, everyone has their own level. I'm not trying to go for a 10 because I do not think I'm a 10. I am not a 10. I know it. Okay. You might see me as a 10, but I do not see me as a 10. Okay. I can say that confidently. I am not a 10. That's fine. That's okay. I don't even think I'm a 9. Okay. But the point is, I have a number in my head that I think that I am. And I will not accept any less than that number. What is it that you saw in me that made you think that I'll be into you? It's just so disappointing. It's just so disappointing. Like, sometimes the kind of men that like my profile, I just want to cry. I just want to cry because I'm like, is this what it's come to? Is this what it's come to? In fact, let's get into it. I think I'm just gonna do 2 stories today because, like I said earlier, I am tired, and it's been a while since I actually spoke about my personal dates experiences. So let's talk about one or a few. I've been on a few dates. So about 2-ish weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I went on probably about 6 dates with about 7 dates with about 5 different men, I think, because 2 of them were second dates, and still single. None of them made it past 2 weeks. And I was just thinking, it made me think more, because that's what dating is, right? It made me think more about what I want, and I feel like I'm refining it. I'm refining my taste, and this goes beyond the looks. I know I've started off that way, but this is not all about the looks. It just made me think, like, what do I actually want? Or what are you even looking for? And of course I do, like, at the core of it, fundamentally, I know what I want, right? Someone that's smart, someone that's kind, someone that's just good to me, someone that's romantic, someone that is intuitive, someone that just takes initiative. I don't have to tell things. Someone that is emotionally in touch, with themselves, someone that's emotionally available, emotionally intelligent, someone that is hardworking and ambitious. Those things that most women want. It's not very special, right? But when I think of personal things that make me tick, things that excite me, and I actually have these phases, like I go through phases where I'm like so in the mood to go on dates, so in the mood to swipe and go on this phone dates. And then I have moods where I'm just like, nah, I can't be bothered. Not in the phase right now to be dating. I just want to do my podcast, relax, watch some TV, watch some Korean drama, eat some good food, and go to bed. But speaking of these dates I was on, it actually like such a wide range of men from 23, which is way lower than I would like to go, ideally 25 plus. But I did go out with a 23-year-old because we met in person, and it was like good chemistry from the get-go. That was only one date. Didn't work out because just a mismatch in, I don't want to say values. I don't think values is the right word, but just what we were comfortable with, I guess. But yeah, it ranged from 23 years old to 28. I think 28. Honestly, I don't remember now. It's been about 2 weeks. But in terms of personality, there was a gamer guy, a bit of a nerd, which is a bit of me. I don't play games, but just like a bit nerdy. But my nerdiness is with the sciencey stuff. His nerdiness was with gaming. There was a guy, he was an electrician. And I think I mentioned before on this podcast that I was opening myself up to dating people in blue collar jobs, as opposed to this idea I had in my head of a guy in a suit. And I was younger, I just really wanted a man in a suit. But I did go out with an electrician. I went out with, who else was a bit outside my comfort zone? I went out with someone that claimed to be 6'1", but let's face it, it was about 5'11". It was about 5'11", and I learned that I was okay with 5'11". I mean, it was either 5'11" or just about 6 foot, but I wasn't very picky at the 5'11". I found that it was okay. I found that I was willing, I was open to getting to know him still, even if 5'11", because he wasn't quote unquote short in my mind. I still felt like, yeah, this is tall, objectively, I guess. So I'm just getting to know more about myself, what I want, what I don't want. There was an interaction that I kept telling people about, but they didn't get it. They kept telling me, oh, that's cute. But I was like, no. There was a guy that I went out with that seemed to put me on a pedestal. He seemed to put me on a pedestal, and I just wasn't very comfortable with it. It made me feel like, truly, it might sound bad, but it made me feel like I can do better than you then. If you think so highly of me, then you kind of think poorly of yourself, which kind of makes me think, is there something I'm missing here? Is there a reason I should think poorly of you? Because I want someone who rates themselves. I want someone who has confidence in himself. Confidence is sexy. Confidence is attractive. And I want someone who's on par with me. I don't want someone who thinks so highly of me that they put me on a pedestal, and I feel like I can't fall from that pedestal. I feel like I always have to be a 10 now in their eyes. You know what I mean? I don't want to feel like that. I don't think I would respect someone who thinks that much of me. I want you to see me as an equal. I want you to see me, of course, I adore me, but I still want you to see me as an equal. I want you to feel like, yeah, we're equally yoked. We're equally attractive. We're equally a match in every other way. Like we're clicking, you know. I don't want you to think I have to try so hard to impress this woman. No, like of course, try to impress on the first date, maybe the second date as well. But when it's getting too far where I don't feel like you're actually being yourself, I don't feel like this is genuine. It's one of those things. I mean, Billie Eilish said it. She's like, give an ugly guy a chance and he thinks he can rule the world. He begins to think, oh, wow, if I got this pretty woman that I must be attracted to. No, she just doesn't care about your looks that much. Clearly, she just gave you a chance. Calm down. And no, the guy I was actually talking about was not unattractive. I actually found him good looking, but I don't think he knows he's good looking. It comes across as someone that just had a glow up, but he doesn't know that he's glowed up. It comes across as someone that used to be ugly. He used to be butters. So now that he's not ugly anymore, he actually doesn't know it. It doesn't see what I see. And I'm not going to be that girl that helps you see what I see. No. No, I want you to come complete. I want you to come whole to me. I don't want you to come partial. I don't want you to come half-baked. I want you to come to me whole, because what's going to happen? I big you up, I build up your confidence, and then you start feeling on top of the world, and then suddenly your confidence is high up there, and then you think, maybe I can do better than this. No. I've heard way too many stories. I've watched way too many movies about this. I am not going to make that mistake. I don't want to be with someone who doesn't see their worth, because by the time they see it, they can have maybe an enlightenment that suddenly makes them think, rah, I can move mad and just go out there and get all these girls without remembering what they have next to them. I've seen this before. I've heard it before. I'm not going to be that girl. So yeah, that's one thing I learned recently about myself, that I do want someone who sees me as an equal. I don't want someone to put me on a pedestal. I know I'm a beautiful woman. I don't need you to sort of overstate that. It's fine to give me a comment or two or three, but I don't need you to overly emphasize my beauty. Like, I know I'm beautiful. I know, you don't have to tell me that. I looked in the mirror before I left my house. Okay, I know I'm beautiful, but I also want you to know you're beautiful. I don't want to have to tell you you're beautiful. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just the old school me. I like to compliment men, don't get me wrong. I do be telling them, oh, wow, like, you know, you're all right. That's what I say. I'm like, you're all right. You're not too bad yourself. And I do tell them once in a while, you actually look good. But I don't want to be on your pedestal. Don't put me up there, okay? Because I'm only human. I might seem perfect. I might seem perfect, but I'm not. So yeah, that's one big one I learned lately. That's one big one I learned. I want an equal. I do want someone I can look up to, in terms of just career-wise. I want someone that's sort of ahead of me in that way financially as well. Someone that can advise me a little bit financially, that can sort of like give me a career upliftment, give me some career advice, someone that has a lot of knowledge, someone that can teach me things. I do want someone higher in that sense. But in terms of everything else, I do want an equal. I want someone who sees me as an equal partner. So yeah, that's one big one I learned. What else did I learn? Before we wrap up today, what else can I leave you guys with? Oh, actually, this is a good one. And this is not something that's just like happened like that, just like that. No. This is what months and months, and actually a whole year of being single, coming up to a year and a half now of being single, no boyfriend kind of single, none of the situationship stuff. Of course, I've been in one of those, or a few of those lately, but it's been a year and a half since I've been single, and it's just made me so comfy, cozy being with myself. So I do be seeing signs that I'm very quick to just opt out of any misalignment. Let's use that word, misalignment. I do be very quick to just be like, yep, nope, not for me. When guys start to move mad, or they say something that's just not hitting right, or they say something that just seems like a red flag, or that just rubs me off the wrong way, I see straight into the future. I just think, cut it off now. Cut it off now before it gets into 2 weeks or 2 months of now me trying to make excuses for your actions. No. I'm not going to wait till I like you, because we all know what happens. Our judgment gets clouded. We start thinking irrationally. No. I'm just quicker now to just go, not for me, not for me, not for me. I'm more discerning. That's what I meant to say. I'm much more discerning of men, in what I want and don't want in men, I guess. I know what it is I'm looking for much clearer now that I can see what it's not. When it's not what I want, I can see that quite quickly, and I can just more easily walk away. Less likely to hold on to something that's not working out, no matter how much I want it, no matter how much I feel like, oh, we clicked, or we could have been good for each other. Like the 23-year-old I mentioned earlier, great chemistry, but down the line, it was going to be chaos. I think we both knew it. And I liked that I just let it go. I really liked that about myself. And a few others, that I went out with, I just liked that I saw that it wasn't working, and I just released them, because if I don't want you, someone else will. Someone else will want you. There's no need for me to try and hold on to you when it's just, you're not for me, you're not my person. Let me release you into the world so you can go find your person. And please, if you're holding my man, release him. It's not for you. Release him. Release him and let him come to me. I'm waiting. Sitting pretty. Thank you guys so much for listening. Let's end it there. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.